Hello and welcome. I'm so glad you could join me.
So let's just jump right in with a big question. Can a single thought, just a little whisper in your mind, actually have the power to heal your body, or on the flip side, to make you sick? It sounds kind of like science fiction, right? But what we're about to unpack is just how real and how powerful this idea truly is.
Welcome to Empower Fantastic Life. Find your power, live without limits. We're going to be drawing from the incredible book, Beliefs, Pathways to Health and Well-Being, to really get to the bottom of this amazing power that, believe it or not, every single one of us has.
Okay, so first things first, we have to talk about this idea that our minds and our bodies are two totally separate things. Because, well, it turns out that line we've all been drawing in the sand, it's not really there. A much better way to think about it is as one single unified system. They're not sending letters back and forth, they're completely intertwined. Every single thought you have, whether it's happy or anxious, sends an instant wave of chemical and electrical signals through your entire body. What you think, you experience. It's that direct.
And we see proof of this everywhere. I'm sure you've heard of the placebo effect, right? That's where your powerful belief in a simple sugar pill actually gets your brain to release its own potent healing chemicals. But here's the kicker. The exact opposite is just as true. That's called the nocebo effect. If you truly believe something will harm you, your body can actually start to create those negative symptoms. It's your belief becoming your reality, for better or for worse.
So, if our moment-to-moment thoughts have that much power, what about our deeper, core beliefs? Well, think of them as your personal map for navigating the world.
I love this quote. Your beliefs are not the territory. They are only the map. Just let that sink in for a second. The world out there, the territory, is vast and complex. Your beliefs, though, they're just your interpretation of it. Your map isn't reality itself. It's just your drawing of it.
And this is absolutely crucial, because if your personal GPS, your map, tells you that a certain road is blocked, you won't even try to go down it. But what if the GPS is just outdated? What if the map is wrong? When you update your belief, you're not changing the world. You're changing your ability to navigate it. You're suddenly seeing all these new routes you never knew existed, including the path to better health.
Now, if our beliefs are a map, it makes sense that sometimes our maps have some, let's call them misprints. These are the traps that can keep us walking in circles, completely stuck. Think of these limiting beliefs like glitches in your phone's GPS. You've typed in your destination. You want to get to happy and healthy. But these glitches keep rerouting you over and over, right back to where you started. They feel like invisible walls, don't they?
The book points out 3 of the biggest traps. First, you've got hopelessness. That's the inner voice that just sighs and says, "It's impossible. This can't be fixed." Then there's its tricky cousin, helplessness. This one says, "Sure, maybe other people can get better, but not me. I can't do it." And then the deepest one of all, worthlessness. This is that painful whisper that says, "I don't even deserve to be well." The first step is just learning to recognize which one of these voices is speaking.
Okay, now we're going to get into something that's really fascinating, maybe even a little uncomfortable. Logically, we all want to be healthy. Of course we do. But what if there's a part of us, deep down, that actually resists getting better?
It sounds totally nuts, doesn't it? Why in the world would any part of your mind want to hold on to sickness or pain? Well, the answer is a really powerful psychological idea called secondary gain. Secondary gain is all about the hidden, unconscious perks that a person gets from staying right where they are. And let me be clear, these are not conscious choices. This is your subconscious mind working behind the scenes, holding onto a problem because on some level, it thinks that problem is serving a useful purpose.
Let me give you some real-life examples. Maybe being sick is the only way you get extra care and attention from your family. Or maybe a chronic condition gives you a valid excuse to avoid a high-pressure job you actually hate. It could even be a way to avoid making a huge life decision. And sometimes it's just a familiar identity. Even a painful one feels safer than the unknown. If we don't address these hidden benefits, our subconscious will sabotage our every effort to heal.
So, we've seen how our maps can have glitches and hidden detours that keep us stuck. But here's the best part. You are the one holding the pen. You are the map maker. You can redraw your map anytime you want.
And that's really the core message here. Empowerment. You are not stuck. The book introduces us to some amazing tools from a field called neuro-linguistic programming, or NLP. All you really need to know is that NLP is like a user's manual for your brain, offering practical techniques to find those errors on your map and correct them. We're going to touch on 3 of these powerful tools. First is reimprinting, which helps us deal with the past. Second is integrating conflicting beliefs, which helps with our internal tug of war. And third is sleight of mouth, which is all about using language to change your world.
Okay, technique 1, reimprinting. Imagine you're a film director and you can go back to a key scene from your past, a moment where a limiting belief was formed. You can't change what happened, but you can reshoot the scene. You step in and give your younger self the wisdom, the confidence, or the support that they needed back then. By changing the meaning of that memory, the old belief just dissolves.
You ever have that feeling where one part of you wants to go to the gym, but another part really wants to eat pizza on the couch? That's an internal conflict. This technique is like you're a mediator hosting a peace talk. You listen to both sides, you understand the positive intention behind both parts, yes, even the pizza part, and you help them negotiate a win-win solution that works for the whole you.
This last one is like verbal magic. It's so cool. It's all about using language to reframe a problem. So if your mind says, I can't get healthy because I have 0 willpower, you can use sleight of mouth to ask a different question, like, what if this isn't about willpower at all? What if it's about finding one tiny habit that's actually enjoyable? See that? Just by changing the words, you've changed the entire game.
So when you boil it all down, the core message is one of profound empowerment. You are not just a passenger on this journey. You are the cartographer of your own well-being, holding the pen with the absolute power to redraw the map that leads you wherever you want to go. And that really brings me to a final question for you to take with you. As you think about your own life, your health, and your happiness, what is just one belief, one little glitch on your personal map that you are ready to update starting right now? You've been listening to Empower Fantastic Life, Jaeger Empowerment Academy. See you next time. Bye-bye.